Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have you for 15 minutes to do my best to absolutely blow your mind in the process. So please go ahead and take a moment, drop into the chat right now. Tell me who you are, where you serve, and any contact information if you'd like to use this as an opportunity to connect with some others and network just a little bit. So please keep in mind as we're watching the class today. I love it if your video is on, although I do enjoy speaking to little black boxes. If you're dressed from the neck up, go ahead and show your face. Please go ahead and post your questions in the comments or hold your breath until the very end. I want to make sure that we pack as much into the next 15 minutes as possible. I will have a recording and the slides available. I will email those out to everyone who has registered tomorrow. I don't hide anything I do, so please feel free to forward that link on to anyone you feel should know this awesome hack. This is best viewed on a computer. Some of these slides have some small text on them. I want to make sure you see. If you're watching on a cell phone today, don't worry, don't overthink it. Just make sure that you check out those slides so you have all of the details. But I'll first start by asking any questions about me. That was a trick question because there are no questions until the end. But if you know anything about me, you know that I am a firm believer there is more knowledge in this room than there will ever be in my head. So please feel free to pop into the chat or over on social media, share your thoughts or your arguments with me anytime. I plan to pour a lifetime of real estate exposure and a decade, a little more than a decade now, of real estate marketing and social sales as fast as I can. You know, I love passionate, authentic entrepreneurs that happen to be real estate pros, many of which of you are on the call today. And as you know, today's hack has been used by dozens of realtors and lenders to blow up their business. Please don't mess with my stats, though. If you plan to utilize this hack and tell me your stats, please make sure that you send it out to at least 50 people, if not everyone in your phone contact list. I have found anytime I meet with a real estate pro, most of them have CRMs. Most of the time, if I look at the total number of contacts in their CRM, it is different than the total number of contacts that are in their phone. And this is part of what this hack will help correct, right? We know that having a CRM is important. We know that systematically contacting your prospects and your people in your life is going to bring you a systematic business. Gary Keller already proved for every 10 contacts in your database that you know and contact 36 times per year, you should close or be referred one piece of closing business every year. Most of the time, it's the people in your phone that you know better than the folks who are in your CRM because they are folks who want to communicate with you. So here's how we're going to get them out of your phone. And I want to start with a very basic part of the lesson. Everybody heard of Google? Yeah? Hopefully you are well aware and understand the heart of Google, especially all the goods in that right-hand corner. You find a little circle that has either your initials or your photo if you've uploaded it. And right next to that circle are those beautiful 9 dots. They are there to help you build your business. My favorite of the free Google tools is the Google form. A Google form is a digital survey, digital questionnaire that you are going to create. It will be generated its own web address link that you can send out to anyone you'd like. When they click on that link, they'll see your digital questionnaire, have the opportunity to fill out those questions, and then it collects their responses right there in a Google Sheet that you can utilize as your CRM, as your built pipeline, or you can upload it into the CRM that you already have. Now, once you've created this Google form, let's go back just a little bit first. Most importantly, before you create this Google form, we know what is in the form matters. Humans will not answer more than 10 questions. So I encourage you to keep it less than 5. And I always want to make sure that we start out with a question that lets people talk about themselves. It's so remarkable. Humans just love to talk about themselves. So what I like for my 5 questions, begin with, what's your Starbucks order? Yes, sometimes I like to spoil my people. This will get them invested. This gets their ego typing. It's amazing. People want to know that others care about them. And one of the ways that we show that we care about other people is knowing something about them. So they are more likely to fill out the rest of the questions because they have a wondering or a curiosity or a satisfaction from telling you what their Starbucks order is. Now, we don't have to ask for their email address because when they click on the link, it's going to ask them to sign into their Google account before they fill out your form, and Google will tell you which email address they did that with. Of course, to get those 4 points, we want the name, address, email address, and phone number. And then the 5th question, and most important, what is your timeline for purchasing your next real estate investment? This one has to be multiple choice. And the reason being, we want to be able to filter and sort that list based upon when they plan on purchasing, because this is going to be your new pipeline. Once you've got that link and you want to send it out, how are we going to share it? Cute little sexy send button right there in the corner. It's going to generate it either to be sent out to folks from your email address on Google that you've built this form, or my favorite, I like to just have it generate that link. So now what can you do with the link? Wonderful use is through social media. Anytime you post a beautiful picture of a home, right? Anytime that you do a closing with a client, anytime that you are working on originating loans, take a quick picture and then tell people in that social post, head to my bio for the link to my questionnaire. Or I'd love to get to know you as well as I got to know these clients. Click the link in my bio. You can put it in a link tree if you're utilizing Instagram. You can use it in place of your web address that you can add in your Facebook page. You can also take this link and use a free QR code generator so that you have a beautiful little QR code that they can scan with their phone, and you can utilize it at any open houses that you might be at. This is a great use for contests, right? You give away 1 free trip to the beach at the end of the year. You have the right to collect contacts for the entire year and then buy that hotel room in December at a discount rate. And most importantly, I love to make sure that you have a way to text this out to contacts in your phone. So let me show you how I send mass texts so that it feels a little bit more personal. Now, as I mentioned, the Google form is free. Here's something that might cost you a little bit of money, and that is the Reach app. I've been using the Reach app for a few years. It's essentially a mass texting app. I pay $4 per month to use. When I log into the app, this is something similar to what I see. First page is going to be those messages, right? This is every message that I've ever sent through this platform. The second icon is groups. And here you're going to create groups that you want to text message all together at the same time. I said all together, but wait and see how they look on my phone. It's everyone at the same time, but the text message doesn't go out to everyone together. Now, this may be because you've got some girl you met in a bar you don't want to have contact with anymore. This may be because you've got some family member that just sold a home with you. You don't want to ask them about it. But what I encourage you to remember is that everyone should be connecting with you and making contact with you all the time. If there's somebody in your phone you don't want to have contact with, block them, right? Delete them, get them out of your phone, because we want to be able to know that the contacts in your phone are going to be able to statistically prove how many homes you're going to serve this year, how many families you're going to set up loans for this year. Okay. I use this messaging app to invite everyone to this class. Many of you know that you received this message yesterday. Hey, little squiggly @ sign. That little squiggly sign is where it will insert the first name of the person that you have in your contact list in case you'd like it to be a little more personalized. The beautiful thing, when you send this message out, like I did to 700 people yesterday, look in my text messages. This is the screenshot from my normal iPhone text messaging app, and every single message that was sent out is all individual in my messages, so I can go in and reply to each of them individually. Now, when you text out this link, you need to be very picky about what you say in the text message, because 2 pieces. One, when they click on the link, it's going to pop up their Google sign-in, their Google login form. Obviously, if you make somebody, if whatever you says in your text message makes them feel like maybe you've been hacked or it's spam, most of the responses that you get will be, I just got a text from you, was it you? So what I encourage you to say is, hey, insert your best friend's name. I'm trying something new with my business. I'm hoping to get connected, and I would love if you would take a moment, fill out the attached questionnaire, so I make sure that as I'm building my business, I'm doing so to serve people like you in the best way possible, or something like that. Let them know they're going to click on a Google form app. We don't want them to wonder who they're giving their Google information to. They're only giving it to Google. You're not going to get their password. You're only going to get their email name. So you've sent that app out, right? You've created that questionnaire and you've texted out to all of these people. What you're looking at here was an amazing agent who reached out to me. They said that they were having a hard time building their business. They were working for a leadership team that did not give them very much support around lifestyle and lead generation. And when they sat with me, they were even thinking about leaving the real estate business because of the lack of business that was coming in the door. Meanwhile, they have amazing prospects that are all hiding inside their cell phone on that day. I believe it was a Tuesday, February 11th, around 12:30, 12:15, we text 50 people who were contacts in her phone, and look at what we found. Remarkable. They all, for the most part, just about every one of them text her back. And look at this. All of the pink arrows are the people who want to buy a home from her this year. All of the blue arrows are those folks who want to buy a home from her next year. She was almost in tears as she read this. There were some of her own best friends she didn't even know were thinking about purchasing a home this year, and they may have found another agent if it weren't for this form. She went on later. You'll see people continue to fill it out in the days following, and she's been able to really utilize these relationships that were brought right into her hands to build the connections that she needed to stay in the industry. So where do we go from here? If you are interested in setting up that 36 touch campaign, what I like to call a nurture retreat or a nurture workshop, we will get together and fill out the break line, we will fill out the plan. We will create the framework for your business to be getting the kind of results that I promise. But one thing that I tend to find is that people need to know where to begin. So I'm going to give you a couple of places to direct your energy. If having me come alongside you, sitting with other lenders like you, sitting with other realtors like you, brainstorming ways to best contact your clients from a place of value, screenshot right now and text me and let me know that you would like to apply for that class. Most of the participants will get in for free. It's just a wonderful life-changing class to give folks some amazing perspective. But what's most important to me is that you have the support around you that you deserve and you need. I've been in this industry long enough to know that no one succeeds alone, but dang, if they won't fight to fail together. So if you are a realtor that is looking for home, family support, lead generation, I want to make sure that you have the opportunity to connect with Amy McLeod of the McLeod Group Network. And if you are a lender, branch leader, or member of a lending team that is looking for hope and trust and the opportunity to figure out how to balance control and how to put a team around you so that you can have your lifestyle back, you have to connect with Derek Hill at Advantage Mortgage. So hopefully all of you are able to take away something big for your business today. If this does resonate with you, or you were able to learn a little piece of something, please go ahead and share me on social media, send me a text, let me know what you thought was valuable. If you're ending this class and you're wondering, wait a minute, I don't feel like I learned enough about that Google form, I want you to take a second, go over to YouTube, find your favorite YouTube video on Google Forms. That's part of how I learned. 8 minutes to 20 minutes, you'll find tons of videos, and that will take you into the details. What I really wanted to do was just touch on this amazing philosophy and hope that it has an amazing impact in your business. Have a great rest of your day, and know that no matter where you are, I'm cheering you on from here.